Hello, this is Zaid Ahmed from ASL BPO on another edition of Property Preservation Training. On today's video, I would like to provide a detailed guide on all the different types of damages that can be present and how to correctly report them. For all the maintenance type of work orders that you do, you will come across a portion called the damage report. On this portion, you will have to report in all the damages that the property has as particular damage types. Knowing how to correctly report a damage by its category is one of the most important part of your work. Um, Vandalism. Vandalism is caused when vandals, um, meaning people who deliberately destroy or damage public or private property, enter into these properties and damage the house. Any appliances such as external air conditioning unit, hot water heater, or any kitchen appliance such as the refrigerator, if missing, can be the cause of vandals that robbed the house. Uh, Broken windows as well as damaged or broken doors that may or may not be boarded are signs of vandalism as well. Graffiti, which are writings and drawings on the wall using spray paint, painted on walls, whether in exterior or in interior, are and on rare occasions presence of drugs, which will be noted down by the crew who visited the property, are also signs of vandalism. Um, Going on to just going back on boarded doors. So boarded windows uh, or if doors are boarded, such as this, can be signs that the property was vandalized. Uh, another type of vandalism that another type of vandalism damage that you may see in these properties is when the crew reports that the copper pipes are for supply water are missing, or when the electrical system is damaged. Okay, like the electrical system, like the electrical meter or the uh, yeah, this is also an electrical meter. If these are damaged, as you can see in the picture, these may be the cause of vandalism. This can also be another picture of uh, so this is missing copper lines. As you can see that the pipe is missing around here. Okay, so these can also be the cause of vandalism because someone stole the pipes. Uh, this can also be evident from the pictures as uh, such as if they show that walls in the bathroom is broken with pipelines behind them being broken, or if the copper pipelines in the basement are shown to be broken, as I just showed you, and damages and damaged electrical meters as shown in this is shown to be missing, or if the electrical panel box is shown to be damaged. These are all signs of vandalism. In relation to this, if bathroom items such as the toilets or the bathtubs um, and the showers are damaged, broken, or are missing, it can also be concluded that they were caused by vandals. Um, a high vandalism area is a housing area where vandalism is a very common occurrence. If the crew notes that a property is located in a high vandalism area, we will have to report this when processing the work order. Um, in uh, in many cases, when processing a work order, you will find that there's a portion in the PCR, the property condition report, where we have to fill in everything about the property. That they will note if the property is a high vandalism area. So if the crew notes somewhere that that this area it has is a high vandalism area, we have to say we have to say that yes, it is when submitting our work. Um, Water damage. Damages due to water can occur due to several reasons. Um, the roof of the property may be damaged, causing rainwater to enter the property and cause damage. Plumbing leaks may occur, causing water leakage and damage if a property has a um, uh, causing water leakage and damage. If a property has a basement, it may get flooded due to plumbing leaks or from water seeping in from the walls. Basements are underground, so water present in the soil can slowly enter the basement from the walls, or from storms and floods if a property is around an area which is prone to them. Water flooding in the house can cause additional damages to the property if ever shown in the picture or is reported by the crew. We must also report it when submitting our work as well. A very common way to recognize if a property has water damage is if it is shown in pictures that ceilings and walls have water stains and discoloration present. Uh, Discolorations and stains on the wall, on the ceiling, means that it was possibly caused due to roof being damaged and having leaks. Discoloration on the discoloration on walls could mean that the plumbing line behind the wall is leaking and is damaged. Flooded basement. Uh, so these are pictures of flooded basement. Flooded basement can be easily recognized from pictures as there will be water present. Water damage can also be evident if carpets are wet. In such cases, we will need to provide bid to remove the carpet and padding from the floor. Um, so carpets, just normal carpets on the floor, that is very common in the house. And if the carpets are wet, okay, as you can see in these pictures, if the carpets are wet, they need to be removed because most probably they will grow moldy and get rotten. So we will need to remove them if you see wet carpets such as these. Uh, Growth of mold damage. So growth of mold on walls and ceilings can be caused when water damage further deteriorates to cause growth of mold, which is a type of fungus. Uh, Mold growth can also occur on kitchen and bathroom cabinets, on doors, as well as on the exterior siding wall. So this is a sign of mold growing on doors. And pictures of mold growing on cabinets. So going back, normal mold growth on the surface can normal mold growth on the surface can be easily remediated by cleaning with bleach and or antimicrobial solutions only. If it is fridge doors or any other wooden material, the and the if it is fridge doors or and cabinets or any other wooden material and the mold growth is only on the surface, so cleaning the surface with bleach or antimicrobial solution is enough to remove the mold. For drywall, however, drywall uh, along with cleaning with bleach, the wall must be painted with gills. Gills is a type of paint that prevents mold growth. So, but if the wall is made of concrete or cinder blocks, however, like walls of basement mostly, instead of painting with gills after bleach clean, it is painted with dry lock. So as you can see, these are pictures of basement being uh, dry locks, and as the picture is clearly evident, when the uh, walls are painted with dry lock, they kind of like the paint is kind of white in color. Okay. An exception to bleach clean and painting is for acoustic ceiling tiles. However, refer to my previous video if you do not know what an acoustic ceiling tile is. But if the tiles have water stain or have mold growth, they have to be removed. So again, let's just still see what an acoustic ceiling tile is. So there you have it. Ceiling tiles. Um, they're moldy, and all of these need to be removed if you see as such. Um, Another exception to this is for mold growth. Another exception to this is for moldy exterior siding, which can be pressure washed to remove mold. So so as you can see, these are the siding is kind of moldy, and moss is growing, and all mostly if this is on surface, uh, pressure wash can remove most of the mold if it's not too severe. However, if it is severe, it will be needed to bleach clean the sidings. Um, Sometimes the mold growth may become extremely severe, and growth of black mold may occur. Uh, the growth in such severe cases is such that it is spread underneath the surface material and contaminates whatever is underneath. So let's say if black mold grows on drywall, it not only contaminates the drywall itself, it contaminates the underneath layers, which is like the insulation and the studs or the framework or the wooden framework. So uh, in such cases, if the growth is on the drywall, the drywall has to be removed. Then the wooden studs or the wooden framework that is underneath it has to be bleach cleaned, and then the drywall has to be replaced with new. Same is for ceiling tiles and doors and cabinets. If mold growth is severe on them, they have to be removed and replaced with new as well. On rare cases, the entire inside of the property may be entirely contaminated with mold, such as these are pretty severe, and this is like a pretty severe case. And the crew will not want to enter the property as it will be extremely hazardous condition for them. In such cases, we provide bid for mold inspection by a professional. Sometimes when mold growth is present in the property, we bid for installing a dehumidifier, which is an electrical appliance that drains the moisture from air to prevent mold growth, or to, we bid to install a damp-reed, a material that soaks moisture from air. So basically, a dehumidifier is like an electrical appliance that is turned on in the property, and it will it will soak in all the moisture from the air and prevent any further mold growth in the property. Damp-reed is just a material, much smaller in size, not really an appliance. It just it kind of just soaks the moisture from the air. That's it. Um, Floods and storm damage. As previously stated, water damage can sometimes occur due to storms and floods. Such damages can be recognized from flooded basements, and on rare cases, if you see the walls have, if you see the walls on the property has been stripped and removed on the lower half of the portion. See, the lower half of the portion has drywall stripped. Some better pictures, maybe like this, or so the full drywall is removed. Usually, such damages will be noted by the crew that visited the property, and they will provide you with the information. Structural damage. If the foundation of a property is damaged, or the walls are cracked, it is called structural damage. If the damage is minor, such as shallow cracks, so these are pictures of foundation damages, and as you can see, cracks, cracks everywhere. So if if the damage is minor, such as shallow cracks on the wall and foundation, it can be repaired using sealant or caulking. If, however, the damage is extensive, inspection by structural engineer, which is a structural inspection, is needed to assess the damage. Structural damages may also be reported if the crew reports that the floors or the of the property is extensively damaged or is caving in. So let's just see what caulking is. So as you can see, this is what caulking is. Basically, the cracks are kind of sealed with cement, and these are only if there's minor cracks, just minor cracks. If it's severe damage, there will obviously we need a structural inspection done by an engineer. um, Fire and smoke damage. Fire and smoke damages can be easily evident from the pictures. Portions of the interior or exterior part of the house will be burned to black. If the damage is extensive and house is partially burnt, as can be seen in all these pictures, uh, it will have to be demolished entirely. Freeze damage. So if properties are not winterized in the correct term, we will get back later on another post on what winterization is, but if it is not done in the correct time in winter, the plumbing system of these vacant houses may get frozen and causing them to break. That is what a freeze damage is. So basically what happens that, in the winter, when the temperatures go below zero in many of the states in North America, in these vacant houses, uh, if winterization is not done on these properties, what happens is the plumbing line which contains the water, they freeze, and then the plumbing lines then expand and break, as you can see in this picture, and then it's a leakage, and from that leakage further damage occurs. Um, so you see breaks and these breaks like these are cause of freeze damage. Unfinished renovations. Properties can be reported as having unfinished renovations if part of the property has still not been fully completed. If pictures show walls of rooms having no drywall and only the wooden frame, cabinets on kitchen or bathroom missing, or bathrooms having no items installed on them, then it will be clear indication that property has still not been fully renovated. And as you can see, that the picture from this is what unfinished renovation means. Owner neglect and wear and tear. Lastly, any damages caused by neglect of previous owners of the property can be termed as owner neglect. A damaged fence, window, or door trims being damaged, or a damaged light fixture can be due to owner neglect. So window trims damaged. Or light fixtures missing. Similarly, any damage caused by deterioration through aging can be due to wear and tear. Damaged roof is a good example of this, and as it may be due to roof being old and has thus been deteriorated. Okay, roof damages. And again, this is all for the video. Remember that correctly reporting a damage is one of the most crucial part of completing the work. Ensuring that you correctly understand what type of damage is present and can recognize them correctly in the pictures is a very crucial part. Thank you.